Konnichiwa, Ian des. Let's learn some English. So today, we're looking at Japanese words, but they're also English words. So these are words that we have taken from you, and they're now English. So these are some words that you just already know. So you can say these words and you're an English speaker. So it's pretty interesting. And I'll warn you, a lot of them are food. First one is sushi. You obviously know what that is. And we didn't know what to call it, so we just call it sushi as well. And thank you, it's delicious. We also have ramen. We say that the same, ramen. I guess we didn't know what to call that, so we borrowed the same name. We used the word ramen as well. Of course, all these words are written in the English alphabet, but they sound the same. Some of them a little bit different, but we'll get to them. So a type of ramen is udon. So the thick noodles, we call them udon as well, and they're very nice. So here's some gyozas. Sometimes we'll call these dumplings, and because these are used in China or eaten in China, we sometimes call them Chinese dumplings, Japanese dumplings, but some people will know they're gyozas. It depends who you speak to, so if you say this one, people might know what you're talking about. Anyone who knows food will know. And then we have edamame beans. Some people might just call these beans, but a lot of the time they'll be specific of what type of bean. So they'll say edamame, edamame beans. They're very nice. We also have these mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms. So you can get white mushrooms, brown mushrooms, button mushrooms, chanterelle. I guess they're French, but you can get shiitake mushrooms. So you might just call them shiitake. We'll call them shiitake mushrooms. Very good. Got all these English words, you know, so you can go to a restaurant and order so much food already. We also have sake. This is obviously the Japanese sake, the drink. I know you can use this for all alcohol. We only use it for the, was it rice wine? Sake is rice wine, I think. Yes, it is, it says here. So this we would just call sake as well. I guess it's kind of like how you call whiskey. You took that word from us, we took your word from you. So there's lots of swapping back and forth. There's plenty of words in Japanese that have come from English, but there's plenty of English words that have come from Japanese. Next we have panko. So you can see this here. We call them panko breadcrumbs. You can see on the label here, this is a supermarket in the UK. It's got hiragana and kanji on it. Panko. And our favourite, tempura. So we might say tempura, or you might say it slightly differently, but it's the same thing. It's delicious. If you say tempura, we'll know what you mean. We also have teriyaki sauce. Teriyaki chicken is a big favourite. Do you like teriyaki? I do. And we also have tofu. Tofu's okay. It's a bit... it's not my favourite, but I don't mind it. When you have it in something good, like a miso soup, I like it then. Oh, miso's not even on this list. So if we have a miso soup, we'll just say miso soup with tofu. So lots of Japanese words there. Also, when we're eating our sushi, we have wasabi. Do you like wasabi? I do. It's a bit spicy. It's delicious though. And a word that is starting to show up quite a lot is umami. So there's different tastes on your tongue. You have sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and then the fifth taste you can feel is unami. All the chefs will know this word, but general public, maybe. This word, this Japanese word, has come from an English word. So anime comes from the English word animation, but we have taken this back. So it's gone from England to Japan and back. So now we would call Naruto here anime, even though we have the word animation. So we also have cartoons. So if we have, an English anime, we would just call that a cartoon. But when it comes from Japan, anime. We also have manga. Now, we have English versions, which we would call a cartoon. But when it comes from Japan, it's a manga. Same thing. But we will say manga so we know it's from Japan. And a very popular one, karaoke. Or as you might say, karaoke. So it's slightly different pronunciation, but it's the same thing, same word, just we kind of say karaoke. So it's got a bit lost to the Japanese intonation. It's karaoke. Do you like it? I've never done it. I really want to go to Japan and sing. I think it'd be funny. I'd be very bad. And then we have koi fish. So I guess that's just the species. You can have different types of fish. This is a koi, and we just use that word as well. They're very cool. You sometimes see them here. Depends where you go. We have Japanese gardens where they have koi fish. They're beautiful animals. Also, this Japanese art, origami, we call it that as well. It's very impressive. Nobody here knows how to do it. It's very mysterious to us, but we like it. If you want to teach us, please do. But we call that origami as well. Can you make any? What animal can you make? Maybe a rabbit, a crane, a shark. Can you make any of these? And a word that's started to appear is wabi-sabi. But no one really understands what it means. It's a bit of we try to say it to sound clever, but we don't quite understand it. Do you guys understand it? So the definition here is a way of living that focuses on finding beauty within imperfections of life and accepting peacefully the natural cycle of growth and decay. Did that make any sense? It didn't to me. So I think it's appreciating things that are not perfect. So if it's a bit rough, or a bit broken, it's okay, wabi-sabi. But maybe you can explain better, because we're a bit confused over here. We like the word, but we're a bit confused. Another one is kimono. This one is, I think if you went out to the street and asked 100 people, 5 or 6 of them might know what a kimono is. I don't think it's super popular yet, but but anyone who's interested in Japan or Japanese things will probably know. And the yukata, the summer version, so I can't even say that word, yukata. Kimono's fine, but yukata is a bit difficult. I don't think people would know what that is. Say it, and they'll either understand or they won't. But have you ever wore one? What colour is your one? I think they're very nice. They're lovely. Okay, and then the martial arts. There's lots of Japanese martial arts. So you have judo. We've also got jujitsu, aikido. There's 3. There's karate. We'll probably say karate, not karate. Same thing. So, fighting, martial arts. We'd also call this sumo wrestling. That's a sumo fighter. And this would be a ninja. Everyone knows ninjas. And also samurai. I think are samurai ninjas. Some ninjas are samurai. I don't know, but we would call these people samurai. And of course, it's only for these Japanese type warriors. For our own, we would call them warriors or soldiers. We don't have English samurai. There's just Japanese samurai. And then these 2 little dogs. So you got the Shiba Inu and the Akita Inu. That'll just be called an Akita. This will usually be called Shiba Inu. But I don't think people realise Inu means dog. So obviously that's the dog from the Akita prefecture. So it's that area dog. But if you speak to someone, they'll know Shiba Inu and Akita. They're very nice. I'm a bit scared of the bigger one. Akita's a bit scary. Shiba, I like Shiba Inu, he's nice. So here's a good example where it's Shiba Inu, but then Akita doesn't have the Inu. But you can see there's big and small. Then, right into the bad words. So, kamikaze. This will, of course, come from World War II, when the planes would crash into the American ships, and those pilots were called kamikaze. And that word today would mean someone willing to kill themselves for war. So not a very nice thing, but it's the word we would use as well. Same meaning. And another word, it's exact same, is tsunami. So a big wave. We don't really get many of these, so we've just taken your word. They're terrifying. I'm not a big fan of these. But lastly, we have Sudoku, which is the number quiz. I guess the man who made these is Japanese. I don't know if that's his name or what he wanted to call this little quiz, but as you can see, we have books of them, and it's just Sudoku. And for some reason, this one's called Samurai Sudoku, so very Japanese. Yeah, do you know how to do these? I used to do them all the time. They're always in the newspaper. They're tricky. So that was some Japanese words you already know that are English. So you can come to UK and say these words and we'll understand you, even though are you speaking Japanese? Are you speaking English? They're the same. It's all we shook hands. So I'm going to do the other way round of words that you've taken from us and are now Japanese words, but they're English, so I'll do that as well. But for now, Look at all these great words you know in English already. So English is easy. But if you need other English words, vocabulary, videos, worksheets, go to the website. Plenty more there. And sign up for free and learn other English words that you don't know. So arigato. Matinee.